Guys, I'm back with another video today, and for people who've recently seen my The Nun movie review that I uploaded last night, you may think this is a channel for only horror movies. Well, that's where you're wrong. This is a channel for superhero movies, horror movies, comedies, you name it. Any new hits coming in theaters or already in theaters as of right now. So today I'm going to be reviewing Spider-Man Homecoming. Now, I've seen this movie so many times. It's great over and over and over again. Now, Spider-Man Homecoming takes a brand new look into Peter Parker's story. They changed the actor from The Amazing Spider-Man 2. It is now Tom Holland who plays Spider-Man. And Tom Holland is perfect for the role of Spider-Man, as is Ryan Reynolds for the role of Deadpool. But we're not talking about Deadpool. Anyways, so Spider-Man, they cut ahead real quick. We see Spider-Man debut in Captain America Civil War when he's in the big airport fight scene and everything. And it's very good. We see him, he has new powers and everything, he has a different voice. When I first saw the Civil War trailer, I had my doubts about this new Spider-Man coming out. But then I'm like, okay, he looks pretty cool. And then we see in Spider-Man Homecoming, we skip the whole Uncle Ben storyline, which I'm very, very excited about. Then again, kind of sad, because I feel like with Tom Holland in the mix, and I forget the actor who plays Aunt May, but Aunt May, they could have had a pretty cool storyline. And I think with the showing how he became Spider-Man, they also could have shown that maybe in the movie or something like that. But that's just my personal opinion. So Spider-Man Homecoming takes place, it says 8 years after the first Avengers, but it's originally only supposed to be 4 years. And the opening scene is them, the demolition team, I think, cleaning up the Battle of New York that we see in the end of the first Avengers. And then we see Michael Keaton, the main villain, also known as the Vulture. He punches some guy, and then that's what makes him be bad, because he gets pissed off that Tony Stark, they don't care about people who've got families who needs to clean up the junk and everything from the battle. They just make the mess. He thinks the Avengers just make the mess, and they're forced to clean it up. So Michael Keaton takes a little different direction on it by stealing the alien or the Chitauri kind of technology and everything. It's very highly advanced, and he creates weapons, very dangerous weapons, and sells them to criminals. Then we go to the 8 years thing, or what it's originally supposed to be 4 years. We go to that, and we see Spider-Man he's just hanging around and everything. We see him in Civil War again. They show a nice little scene where he's filming the battle in the airport. It's really funny. And then we see him in the future just protecting the neighborhood and everything. Then he finds out about this Vulture guy, and he tries to go after him. It turns out the girl he likes, Liz, is the Vulture's daughter, yeah. And there's a very different perspective on friends in this one. MJ is played by Zendaya, who I love. She's amazing in almost every movie or TV show she's in. She can sing. She got the whole package. Now, Ned, which is Peter Parker's, I think, best friend in the movie, he's just a close friend. He's nothing like Harry Osborn or anything. I don't think we're going to get into that kind of stuff with Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I don't think we're going to get into Harry Osborn or Oscorp or any of that stuff. And that's a good thing, because I'm pretty sure after seeing 5 movies based off of Oscorp and Harry Osborn, pretty sure people would be tired of that. So, mainly after this, we find out that Spider-Man, he's being mentored by Tony Stark and everything. It's really funny, and Tony Stark has a little thing for Aunt May, Peter's aunt, that we all know. And they never get into Peter's parents or anything, and I'm happy about that, because we've seen too many movies about where's Peter's parents where have Peter's parents gone? Where have they been the whole time? And then we get into this kind of like middle battle scene. The middle battle takes place on the Staten Island ferry, and what happens is it's really cool. Like the ferry's like splits in half due to one of these illegal weapons or dangerous weapons. It splits the ferry in half, and we kind of get like a scene from Spider-Man 2, Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2, where he's trying to like hold the train back by webbing, by putting webs against the wall and everything, and he's trying to like hold the train back. But this scene, he's running like swinging around, webbing up places, attaching them to walls, finding the strongest points in the ship, attaching them together, and then we see the very last attachment he makes. He's just trying to hold them together like with his arms out like this and everything. It was a really cool clip, and then all of a sudden Tony Stark comes along. Now Tony Stark is not very happy about what Spider-Man is doing. He told Spider-Man to stay out of the Vulture business and everything. That Tony Stark will get the monster, or that's what Mr. Stark calls it. He calls it the monster in the closet or whatever. He eventually takes the suit that Tony eventually takes the suit from Peter, the one that he got in Civil War to do the airport battle with and everything. And Tony takes it for a while. This is a very, very, very powerful scene. We see that Tony is kind of like testing Spider-Man to see if he's going to keep doing what he was doing, like getting in everyone else's business, interfering in the Vulture's business and everything. This is a very powerful scene for Spider-Man. Even though he doesn't have his suit, he gets his old, washed up suit, a dirty, dusted up suit, and he still fights no matter what. He fights for what's right. Then we see a very powerful scene where Tony is talking to the Vulture, like one-on-one, man-to-man, talking about how guys like Tony Stark and them, they don't care about people like Tony. I mean, people like Michael Keaton, the Vulture, and Peter Parker. And then what happens is the Vulture like drops the building on Peter, and this is a very powerful scene because Peter's thinking to himself, "I am Spider-Man," and he's really struggling. He's got to lift up the rubble and finally gets out of it. Then we see the final battle. Peter Parker goes directly after a plane that's being shipped out from the Avengers Tower and going upstate to the new Avengers headquarters. So we see the Vulture trying to get into this and everything, or like get into the plane and steal whatever's in the plane that could be important or could be very expensive and could be useful. But Peter Parker is there along to stop it again. They eventually make the plane crash on a beach, knocking down a bunch of different buildings and everything. It's really weird. Then we see Peter Parker and the Vulture have a one-on-one battle on the beach. And it gets to a point where Peter Parker has to save the Vulture. The Vulture almost beats Peter Parker to death, but then the Vulture starts flying away and Peter Parker notices his wingsuit's about to explode. So then Peter Parker tries to bring him back down to keep him from exploding in midair and dying, and he does just that right before the thing. I think it explodes, but Peter Parker helps protect him a little bit. And then the movie ends with Tony Stark offering Peter Parker a position on the Avengers. He's very proud of what Peter did after telling him not to do that and everything, and he offers him the Iron Spider suit. Now, in the end, Peter Parker, he decides to stay as the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man and just watch out for the little guy and fight for what's right in the city. Now, this Spider-Man movie is very different. It has a lot of comedy moments and everything else. And everything we want to see in a Spider-Man movie. Tom Holland is by far my favorite Spider-Man. But I think that's pretty much all. Oh, wait, one more. For this Spider-Man movie, I would give it a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Just gonna say that right there. That's my personal opinion. 9 out of 10. It was funny. It was awesome. A lot of epic moments in that movie. It was just a really good movie. I can't give it a 10 out of 10. I'm not even sure if we'll ever get a movie that's a 10 out of 10 on this channel. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll probably be doing another review maybe tomorrow or in a couple of days or something. I don't know what on yet. It'll be a surprise. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you later.